Hello, Grandmasters. Mike Amori. How's everyone doing? I want to give you a little tutorial here, an update for the chesskid.com site. I've made these in the past for you guys, but I want to give you a little bit different look because there are a couple of changes. We got away from the site a little bit, but the size of the classes has really grown, and I think because of the size, it's a good time to get back in, especially to play each other. In the past, we concentrated on doing puzzles and drills, videos. All that stuff is great, and we're going to continue doing that. But now that we have so many kids signed up at the WCA, I thought it would be a good idea for you guys to play each other. Now, how to do that? Hopefully you've got a good look at my screen. I've got a full screen capture going, so sometimes things aren't as clear. I am signing in with one of the computer names they gave me, which I love. It's called, as you can see, Possible Skunk. Oh, goodness, I didn't want that to happen. Hang on, my friends. Here we go. When you first get to ChessKid, you're going to see this, your username and password. So I'm going to type in Possible Skunk, which heaven only knows where these names come from, the password, and click Enter. And there's the home page. So I know a lot of you players know all this stuff already, but we have some new parents and kids that have joined us, so let's just take a look at it from the beginning. When you sign in, this is what you'll see. It's your home page. If you're ever in doubt, you can just click home again, and this is what you're going to see. To the right here is your name. You have a report card, which will tell you how well you're doing, the games you're playing. As the administrator of this account, I actually can see all of your games. And in settings, you can do things like change the password, which is something you should definitely do. You can see this here. So if you just got a new account from us, you should definitely change the password once you get in. Okay, the main parts of the site are here on the left. It really is very simple to use. The home page. Play. That's what we're going to concentrate on the most. As the session goes on, we're going to be talking more about the Learn section, which has these wonderful workouts down here. You can see you can practice checkmating with a queen, which we've done in the past. So, you know, once you click OK, and hopefully you guys can still see this, this is a live position now. So now I have a king and a queen against a king. Some of you say you need practice doing that. Well, practice. You know, I'm going to put the king in a box. You guys know this. I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. But, you know, and then I'm going to keep making the box smaller by putting the queen a knight's hop away from the king. And I'm going to keep copying him until he touches the frame of the board. He went down diagonal. I copy him. And those little dots that are popping up, the machine is just telling me the places my queen can go. You see, if I touch and start to move the queen, you see all those dots? Those are all legal moves from this square. Okay, the king went up one square, so I copy him. And now he has to touch the frame of the board. And once he does, I'll cut him off. Now, this is a little tricky because the king is on the frame, but he's on two frames. Whenever the king is in the corner, he's part of the right frame here, and he's also part of the top frame. So you can choose really any square to cut him off on one of those frames. Do not cut him off on two frames. For example, if you were to check here, his only legal move is to come to one of these two white squares. You guys see that? Now, he's actually not trapped on the frame. He has to shuttle between two different frames. And if you try to bring your king up when the king is not cut off on one frame, watch what will happen. You're going to either stalemate him or you're going to have to move your queen again. So this is kind of a cute little trick that I wasn't intending on teaching you. It just came up. Now you see, as I bring my king in, what's the problem? I could check, but it's not mate. If I play here and I try to bring the king in to support the queen, oops, you see? Game over, draw by stalemate. So I messed up. Okay, click new game, and it'll take you back to all of these wonderful workouts, and there's plenty of them. You can do all sorts of workouts here, and I will give you more as the time goes on. So now I'm coming back to the queen and king checkmate because I messed up the first time. I want to re-practice this. So this is really good, guys, for those of you, I'll try here now. For those of you who play in a tournament, I'm talking about the newer players, and let's say you mess up the queen and king checkmate. Here's an interesting question. Some kids say, what do I do if the king is already in a knight's distance? You have two choices. Start a new one, or just move your king and make him move, and he will. Hopefully you can see over here on the right, the computer is actually telling me what it thinks of my moves. So I'm going to cut the king off further. And I think, yeah, queen e4, it liked my move. I feel great about that. He went up diagonal. I'm going to copy him. Now, if he goes to the frame again, he knows he tricked me the first time. He's going to try to do it again. Okay. Now, I'm going to pretend he's on the top frame. And I'm going to cut him off. Not here. That's a stalemate. I'm going to cut him off here. And now he has no choice but to come back to g8. And all I have to do is walk my king up the board and at the right moment give a checkmate. No need to move your queen anymore. Okay? And now checkmate in one move. Game is over. All right? Perfect. That's what happens when you go to learn and workouts. A lot of fun. Videos. I'm adding, I wanted you guys to rewatch the first video I ever made for Chess Kid. It's called Score the Full Point, which is really what we're talking about this semester in class. It's the ability to finish games that you're supposed to be able to win by mastering something called technique. That video I made for these guys is all about that. So hopefully after watching this, at some point during the week, you will do that. Now, if you're new to Chess Kid, you can just come over here and click video series or videos, and as soon as you do that, they're going to pop up. This is the latest video. This guy here, Fun Master Mike, is actually FIDE Master Mike Klein, who runs the site. He does the vast majority of videos. If you're kind of new to the WCA and your rating is, say, under 600 or 700, you may want to start with the beginner videos and then move your way up to advanced. Just feel free for now to watch as many videos as you like. Let's go back to learn. Here are the puzzles. When you click puzzles and click start, you will get a puzzle on the board to play. Now, this is an interesting position. It's white to play. And they don't tell you what to do. It just says it's your move and you're white. Okay, I happen to see a double check here. It's the first thing I see. I know that when I move this rook, do you see how the king will be in check with the queen? And I see that this is actually checkmate. It's a double check, and it's mate because the king cannot take the rook. He'll be in check with this bishop, and he's also in check with the queen at the same time, which means this rook could not take. Okay? And then just click next, and you can just solve puzzle after puzzle after puzzle. Great for your chess. Now, the main part of this term for this site is I want you guys to play. When you click play, you're going to see these 4 boxes that pop up. In the future, we're going to be setting up tournaments between WCA kids. That's coming. You can play against the computer at different levels. That's fun. Do not play slow. That's 1 game per day. I don't think you guys have time to spend 40 days playing a chess game. I highly recommend that you do not play slow and click play fast. Okay? When you click play fast, this is what comes up. There is a box. Now here's the really cool feature that I want you to pay attention to. You always have a list of friends. Right now, you should have 100 different names when you click on friends. See, I just did it. The first one is Mike WCA. That's me. Do you see this box? It says it's orange. It said I was online 13 minutes ago. Now, that account is still open. and I think that's why it's orange. But if you go down, this is Sturdy Helium. This is just a kid who had an old account and never changed the names. That's a computer name. You see the green box? This kid is online. WCA Winter. This kid is online. Jonas WCA just joined us. He was online 2 hours ago. Chris WCA. You'll notice Isaac WCA. Most of the names have a WCA in them. Even if they don't, they're all kids that have come through us. So they're all put in as your friends. Now, the cool thing is, not only can you see them online, you can actually watch them play if they're playing. How to do that? Click play fast, and now you're ready to play. If I click new game, I'm going to get a game with someone anywhere in the country. I don't want to do that now, because if somebody accepts my challenge, I don't have time to play the full game here because I'm making a video, and it's very rude to abort your games. If you start a game, finish it, okay? Now, here is where you can send messages to the players. This is the main one. You see these three dudes hanging out over here? 2 in a blue shirt, 1 in a green. If you click that on, any WCA player who is in this area is looking to play. There's Mike WCA. That's actually me from another account. If I click play, all of a sudden, welcome to Fast Chess, you have issued a challenge. The other screen that I'm in will show the challenge down here. Just click accept, and guess what? You're playing a kid from the WCA. Now, if you click those guys on again, the status says I'm idle on the other account. It means I'm not doing anything. If I was playing a game, you would be able to click on watch, and you could watch the other WCA players, okay? That's basically it for now. Come into the site and really dig in and start using it, okay? We're going to push this semester because we have tons of kids at the WCA. Want you guys to play as much as possible, all right? Watch the wonderful video I made for the Chess Kid account a couple of years ago. Don't forget that, all right? I'll even give you an autograph.